Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to another self-care episode. Today we are going to be working on a soothing shower steamer. But before we get started with today's workshop, let's go over some of the supplies you'll need. You will need 4 main ingredients in order to complete the workshop. And then you can have your choice between silicone molds. I have 4 different types. You need a measuring spoon, measuring cup, a mixing bowl, as well as water, baking soda, citric acid. You do have your choice between either cornstarch or arrowroot starch/flour. It is your preference on which one you would like to use. I am going to slightly modify our recipe because our citric acid is kind of hard to find and I only have half of the container approximately. So the original recipe calls for 2 cups baking soda, 1 cup citric acid, 1 cup arrowroot powder or cornstarch, and then 4 tablespoons of water. But we're going to go ahead and do half of that. So in your mixing bowl, you're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of baking soda. Let's tear off that piece. And because I am using a liquid measuring cup, as far as the dry ingredients go, I would like to measure slightly less than a full cup. And that is approximately a little under 1 cup. So we'll go ahead and add that to our bowl. And then I'm going to measure out half a cup of arrowroot starch. If I can do this. And again, I'm going to measure it slightly under the mark for half a cup. Add that to the container as well. And then these containers do come in 4 ounces, which is half a cup. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in as well. And once I've added all my ingredients, I'm just going to go ahead and get my mixing utensil and mix all these dry ingredients together. And the recipe does call for 4 tablespoons of water, but we're going to use 2. Whoops. So I'm going to make a little bowl center here. And with the water, because the citric acid is going to react to the water, I'm going to add a little bit of water at a time. So I'm going to measure out approximately 1/4 of the overall spoon. And I don't know if you can tell, but it is fizzle or sizzle. What it is too. It's because of the citric acid. And you don't want that to happen, so we're just going to mix everything together. Just use the spare cardboard from the baking soda. Make a little bowl in my center of the bowl. Measure out another 1/4 of the spoon. And again, it is going to sizzle, so you kind of want to mix it right away. Mix that in. And you're just going to keep doing this until your total ingredients kind of have a sand-like texture. So right now I got to keep mixing it. This process does take a while because you got to be careful not to activate the citric acid like I'm doing now. But hopefully I can counteract that by mixing it up as soon as I add it. Normally you would like to do this with a wire whisk, but because I don't have one today, we're just going to use our measuring spoon to mix everything together. Now if you would like, you can also add some dyes to this. And you gotta be careful too, because you don't want to add water-based dyes. You kind of want to add gel-based. Again, so that way it doesn't activate the citric acid in your recipe. I think we'll add one more spoonful of water, and that should make approximately 2 tablespoons of water. You just want to keep mixing it. Again, like I said, nice sand-like texture. And the only other thing you have to do is add your essential oil. But we're going to add that after this dries in our silicone molds. Clean my spoon one last time. And this should be it for our water. If your mixture is looking too dry after the 2 tablespoons, just keep adding a little bit more water at a time. Again, don't add too much because you don't want to activate the citric acid like I'm doing now. It is kind of hard to add water without reacting with that citric acid. But once you have all of this situated, we can go ahead and package this with this molds. And with the molds, all you have to do, this part is handy because you have your measuring spoon already, but you want to pack in your mixture into the mold itself. Make sure it's nice and compact. If need be, grab some more. And I'm not going to fill every single mold for the hearts. I just want to show you a quick example. So do some hearts. Then I also have some stars. Just want to make sure that your mold is nice and compact. If you feel it from the bottom and it feels like there's some holes, all you have to do is just keep adding some more until you're satisfied. So we're just going to try out our different ones. You can also use your fingers to pack it in. And the last one is going to be squares. If you do go to our website, you'll see some under the soothing shower steamers, you'll be able to see a list of essential oils that help with certain aspects of relaxation. So as far as the essential oils go, if you want to help your respiratory system, the best ones are Eucalyptus, Rosemary, Peppermint. If you're waking up and you take a shower, if you need a mood booster, any type of citric oil, so like lemon, lime, orange, as well as peppermint helps with this too as well. And at the end of the day, if you take a shower and you need to relax, calm down, lavender, cedarwood, and chamomile also helps with that too. And if you have a lot of extra left, you're more than welcome to mess with it with the different molds. You can also try to transform it by compacting it into your bowl as well, so that way it hardens in the bowl itself. But once you're done with the molds, you're going to put it in an airtight container. So if you have one that's sealable with a lid, if you don't, you can always use a Ziploc bag to keep everything in. But when you're ready to use your mold, all you have to do is just pop it out. When you're ready to use it, put 3 to 5 drops of essential oil onto the mold, to the shape that you have. When you take a shower, put it in the corner of one of your shower areas, and then when the water hits it, it's going to release the essential oil as well as everything that's made into this compound that we've made. And again, there's different types to help with breathing, with waking up, with boosting your overall mood, winding down at the end of the day. Just depends on what feels right to you, as well as what time of day you take a shower. Thank you for joining me on today's self-care episode. We worked on a soothing shower steamer. Again, once your mold is done, it does take about 12 to 24 hours to solidify. Put it in an airtight container, and when you're ready to use, just drop 3 to 5 drops of any essential oil that's right for you. Again, it is for mood boosting, for calming down, helping with your respiratory system. So it just depends on which oil you decide to use. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our social media. We have everything from Facebook to YouTube and so much more. All you have to do is search the name of the library, and we should be popping up in your search bar. If you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call. And if you have any suggestions for future self-care content, be sure to put those in the comments, and I will do my best to try to accommodate your requests. With that, thank you very much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.